The back sleepers. If you are among the minority who sleep flat on your back, with arms at your sides like a soldier or above your head like a starfish, you are in luck. You have accidentally found the only posture that orthopedists, chiropractors, and dermatologists all support. They call this the Savasana paradox. It is named after the final resting position in yoga, the corpse pose. There is a specific reason why every yoga session concludes this way. Mechanically, you have won the biological jackpot. Consider the physics of your daily life. For 16 hours, gravity weighs you down. It compresses your vertebrae, rounds your shoulders, and bends your neck toward your phone. But when a back sleeper lies down, they aren't just resting. They are recalibrating the machine. By letting gravity pull your shoulders into the mattress and keeping your spine in a neutral line, you are essentially maintaining perfect posture just horizontally. There is no twisting or crushing involved. It is the only position where your skeleton is completely at rest. However, there is a hidden beauty secret that the skin industry rarely discusses. The back sleeper possesses a secret weapon against aging, the anti-aging shield. It sounds like vanity, but it is actually pure physics. When you press your face into a cotton pillow for 8 hours every night for 30 years, you are physically ironing wrinkles into your skin. These are called shear forces that destroy collagen and create permanent lines that expensive creams cannot fix. But for the back sleeper, your face is suspended in the air. Nothing touches your skin. You are literally allowing gravity to smooth out your facial muscles while you sleep. If you want to look 5 years younger than your peers when you reach 40, stop buying creams and start sleeping on your back. However, there is a price for that perfect skin. You pay for it with your breathing. While gravity is helpful to your face, it is attacking your airway. This is known as the gravity trap. The moment you fall asleep, your tongue, which is a heavy, fleshy muscle, loses its tension. Because you are on your back, gravity pulls that tongue straight down into your throat. For millions, this turns the windpipe from an open tunnel into a narrow straw. This creates the sound we know as snoring. For many, it goes further, triggering obstructive sleep apnea. This is when the walls of your throat collapse entirely. You stop breathing, your oxygen levels drop, and your brain jolts you awake to gasp for air. This can happen hundreds of times a night. You might think you slept for 8 hours, but your body was essentially running a marathon of suffocation. It gets even darker. If you are a back sleeper, you are statistically more likely to experience a terrifying psychological event, sleep paralysis. Throughout history, this has been called the old hag or the incubus. You wake up with your eyes open, seeing your room, but you cannot move. You sense a presence, a shadow or a weight on your chest. Why does this happen to the back sleeper? Because the supine position encourages deep muscle relaxation called atonia. But because your airway is restricted, your brain can glitch. It wakes up your consciousness before your body. You are awake but paralyzed, and your panicked brain hallucinates a demon to explain why you can't breathe. The verdict for the back sleeper is heavy. You get a beautiful spine and a wrinkle-free face, provided you don't suffocate or hallucinate before your alarm rings. The stomach sleepers. If you are a stomach sleeper, often called the free-faller, you are fighting a nightly battle against your own anatomy. There is a reason why almost every chiropractor and physical therapist asks you to stop doing this immediately. You might think you're just getting cozy by burying your face in the mattress. But physically, you are subjecting your body to a slow-motion injury for 8 hours a night. Let's visualize the damage. Imagine standing in a line and turning your head to the left as far as possible. Hold it there for 6 hours. That is exactly what you are doing to your neck. Unless you can breathe through a pillow, you must twist your neck 90 degrees to survive the night. Anatomically, you are wringing your spinal cord like a wet towel. Look at the vertebrae at the top of your neck, the atlas and the axis. These bones are meant for mobility, not constant torque. When you lock them in that position, you compress the joints and pinch the vertebral arteries. These are the pipelines supplying blood to your brain. This is why stomach sleepers often wake up with headaches, stiff necks, or numbness in their hands. You aren't just sleeping poorly, you are kinking the hose to your nervous system. The destruction travels lower too. Most people carry weight in their midsection. When you lie face down, that weight sinks, creating the hammock effect. Instead of decompressing your discs, you are jamming them together. So why do we do it? Is there any redemption for the freefaller? Surprisingly, yes, it has to do with sound. If the back sleeper is the snorer, the stomach sleeper is the silencer. Remember the gravity trap. When you flip onto your stomach, you flip the physics. Gravity becomes your ally, pulling your tongue forward away from your throat. The airway stays open. It is almost impossible to snore loudly on your stomach. In fact, before CPAP machines, doctors used to sew a tennis ball into the back of a patient's pajamas. If they rolled onto their back, the pain forced them back onto their stomach. It was a crude cure for suffocation. The trade-off is clear. You will sleep silently and your partner will be happy, but you are paying for that silence with your spinal health. You are trading a noisy night for a damaged neck. the side sleepers. If you sleep on your side in a fetal position, you are part of the majority. Roughly 69% of people sleep this way. It is the most common position on Earth. Scientists wondered why evolution pushed so many to sleep on their sides. It turns out the crowd is right. Side sleeping is a biological necessity for brain maintenance. They call this the brain's rinse cycle. Researchers at Stony Brook University discovered the glymphatic system, your brain's night shift cleaning team. Your brain is a metabolic engine. All day, your neurons produce waste, including a sticky protein called amyloid beta. This plaque builds up in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. Studies show that when you lie on your side, the clearance of this waste is much more efficient. While you dream, your brain cells shrink to let cerebral spinal fluid flush those toxins out. To protect your memory, the lateral position is your best defense. You are physically cleaning your brain. But there is a catch. It depends on which side you choose. In sleep, left and right are not equal. If you suffer from heartburn, gravity is your best friend or worst enemy. Your stomach is shaped like a kidney bean and curves to the left. When you sleep on your right side, the stomach valve is below the acid level. Gravity causes acid to leak into your esophagus, marinating your throat in digestive fluid. This causes burning chest pain. But on your left side, the physics changes. The stomach hangs in a bowl shape and the acid stays at the bottom, away from your throat. It is a mechanical fix that works better than medicine. So is the left side the winner? Not entirely. While your organs are happy, your skeleton suffers. You are crushing your weight into your shoulder, jamming the bone into the socket. Beneath that bone is the brachial plexus, a nerve highway to your fingertips. Compressing it for hours cuts off the signal, causing dead arm. You wake up in a panic because your arm feels like a cold piece of meat. That is nerve asphyxiation. And regarding vanity, like the stomach sleeper, the side sleeper presses their face into a pillow. The pressure creates deep sleep wrinkles. Dermatologists can often tell which side you sleep on by looking at your face. These lines are structural and permanent. The verdict: you get a detoxified brain and good digestion, but you might have a numb arm and a wrinkled face. If you're learning something, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss the next episodes. Here is the truth: changing your sleep position is almost impossible. It is a subconscious habit from childhood. If I tell a stomach sleeper to switch to their back, they will just get frustrated and flip over once they fall asleep. Your body reverts to its default. The goal isn't to fight your nature, but to hack it. We can neutralize the downsides of each position using one tool, the secondary pillow. Let's look at the pillow strategy. For back sleepers, the enemy is the arch in your lower back. Flat legs pull the pelvis forward, creating a gap in the spine where pain starts. Place a firm pillow or rolled towel under your knees. Your pelvis will rotate back and your spine will flatten against the mattress. You turn a tension-filled arch into a supported line. For side sleepers, the enemy is rotation. Gravity pulls the top leg down, twisting the pelvis and the spine. You need an anchor. Sleep with a pillow between your knees. This acts as a spacer, keeping your knees apart and your hips stacked. It stops the spinal twist. For stomach sleepers, the enemy is the hammock effect. Your midsection sinking and bending your spine. You don't need a head pillow, you need one for your hips. Put a thin pillow under your pelvis. This lifts your midsection and forces your spine into a neutral line. One final factor: the head pillow. Don't buy based on softness, buy based on geometry. On your back, your pillow must be thin. If it's too thick, it closes your airway and causes snoring. On your side, you need high loft, thick enough to fill the gap between your ear and shoulder. You are buying spinal alignment. So who wins the lottery? Back sleepers get the gold for vanity. If you want to preserve your face and spine, this is best if you can handle the sleep paralysis. Side sleepers get the gold for longevity. With brain detox and digestive benefits, this helps you live longer despite the numb arm. Stomach sleepers get the gold for silence. It is a selfless position that saves your partner's sleep, but the perfect position is useless if you can't fall asleep. Sleep debt is more dangerous than a wrinkle. If a position keeps you awake, it does more harm than good. Don't force a total change tonight, just make a small adjustment. Use the extra pillow, support your hips, hack the position you love. Now let's take a census. Are you team back, team side, or team stomach? Leave a comment with your vote and share this with a snorer. I'll see you in the next video. Sweet dreams.